Hello and welcome to the preview show from RamsTV. After a little cup interlude, it's back to the business of the league for Derby County this afternoon. The Rams on the road at MK Dons. Let's get a reminder of how League One is looking. Everyone in action at 3 o'clock this afternoon, including leaders Plymouth, who are 4 points clear at the top of the table. Ipswich have a 3-point lead over Sheffield Wednesday. In second, Portsmouth are 10 off the top two, but do have a pair of games in hand. As for Derby, the Rams are 7th, 2 points outside the top six. A win today could take them up to 5th in the table. At the other end, a win for MK Dons could see them move out of the bottom four today. Real surprise to see them down there at this stage of the season. Burton Albion are bottom, 5 points from safety. Well, let's kick off our build-up to today's game at Stadium MK by hearing from the Derby dressing room. The Rams almost pulled off an EFL Cup upset away at Liverpool on Wednesday night. Nathaniel Mendez-Laing has been talking to us about that, today's game and his growing relationship with the Rams fans.
It's unbelievable. I think not just for me, for a lot of the young lads as well. It was a great experience for them. I think it was great for the club. You know, the supporters turned out in numbers. The atmosphere was unbelievable. I think just all round, it was just a good evening. Yeah, like you say, the supporters were brilliant. The players put in a really resilient display on the pitch. That shows the potential this club's got, doesn't it? Yeah, for sure. You know, the performance was very professional. We had to be disciplined, and I thought we played when we needed to, when we could. You know, we held our shape well, and you know, credit to Joe as well. Joe was unbelievable. So yeah, you know, it shows. Hopefully, it gives us confidence going into the league, taking it into Saturday, MK Dons. Yeah, you really want to use that to kick on at the weekend now and then build on that performance, won't you? Yeah, it's a standard now, I think. You know, we went to Anfield and was able to do that, so there's no reason why we can't go anywhere else. In this, you know, no disrespect to anyone in this league, but it is a bit different. So, you know, there's no reason we can't go anywhere and do the same. We're going to take another brilliant following again with us at the weekend. 4,500 tickets sold out very quickly. We were given another 2,000. And they sold out within 24 hours. You'll want to go there and put on a show for them again, won't you? Yeah, for sure. You know, I think we owe it to the supporters, you know, for what they've done for us this season. Yeah, it will be rocking in the away end, and you know, hopefully we get them 3 points. I'm sure we'll hear your song getting sung to you a few times as well. How nice is it to have that kind of relationship with the fans already? Yeah, it's nice, man. I hope they don't sing it when my daughter's there or something. But no, it's great. You know, I've got a great relationship with the fans, and it's nice. You know, I try and get back to as many of them on social media and stuff as I can. And you know, we had the event down at the club shop and stuff. So yeah, like hopefully that continues. You're in the midst of a very, very busy run of games with a lot of travel in there. How difficult's that been on the legs and mentally and physically for you? You know, honestly, it's tough. Like the fixtures, the travelling, it does build up. But look, we've got like unbelievable facilities here. There's no reason for an excuse. You know, I've been at clubs where you ain't got a jacuzzi, you ain't got a swimming pool, and all the rest of it. So you know, there's no excuses. But yeah, it is tough. Away from football, sorry, it's a lot of time away from home as well, I imagine, isn't it? Yeah, that's hard as well, you know, missing the family, children's, partners and whatnot. But, you know, it's part of the game, it's just the game we chose, and, you know, we've got to get on with it. So back to league action tomorrow. That's the priority for this season, isn't it? So it's about building on performance Wednesday night and getting back, kicking on in League One. Yeah, 100%. You know, we're all focused on Saturday now. 3 points is the target. We've just been out to train and we've worked on them. We've got a game plan and we need to execute it. Yeah, what do you expect from MK Dons as someone you'd have come up against last season? Yeah, I've come against them a few times, to be fair. Good footballing team, like to play a lot. But you know, I think the way we play, counter-attacking, like we've got a good chance of going there and doing something.
Nathaniel Mendez-Laing there. Well, today will be just the third ever meeting between Derby and MK Dons. The home side has never won in this fixture before. Well, Derby's only other visit to Stadium MK came back in September 2015, early in Paul Clement's time as Derby head coach. It was a pretty even game for long stretches. Bradley Johnson's hit gave Derby the lead in the second half, but it didn't last long. Josh Murphy equalised on the hour mark. And with the hosts close to clinching a point, Derby struck twice late on to win the game. Darren Bent and then Tom Ince sealing all 3 points for the Rams. Darren Wassell had taken over from Clement by the time the sides met for the rematch at Pride Park later that season. This one a much tighter affair. Jake Forster-Caskey's late free kick the difference in a 1-0 win for MK Dons. MK Dons, who came really close to promotion back to the Championship last season. In fact, they only missed out on an automatic berth by a single point on the final day to Paul Warne's Rotherham. It makes their struggles so far this season such a surprise, but they are starting to turn things around under boss Liam Manning.
Yeah, we've definitely found a bit of form in terms of the performances and, obviously some results with it, but again, it's never just a smooth, you're over the hill, you've cracked it, there we go, we're off now, it's sunk in there. I think if you look at any learning, you make progress and you move forward, and we've definitely done that, but it doesn't mean that it just continues in that nice smooth upward trajectory, that curve. So we have to make sure that we focus on our behaviours and our actions and understand that when we step on the pitch, what do we need to do to be successful? And a big part of that is one, obviously the attitude, the effort, the application from that perspective physically, but I think a big part of it which the players have really improved at is the mental aspect. Committing to the game mentally to actually use your brain and think around the positions you take up, and not be reactive but actually be proactive and make early quick decisions, because how we want to play is difficult, but you see when you get it right, it's almost impossible to stop at times. So I think that's the bit for us is we've made steps in players understanding that if we want to go in behind it and it's the right decision to do so, we will. But once they then drop off, then we'll go through you. And it's it's an invasion game. It's a bit of cat and mouse. So I think that takes time for players to understand that. They've definitely shown progress in it. Like I said, just because we've had 4, 5, 6 games where we've done well and got a few results doesn't mean that we've cracked it in with a finished article. We still have a huge amount of work to do. And that starts tomorrow. That in terms of the lads should be in a good spot confidence wise. We've done our best, I think, as a group of staff to keep him in in that spot where just because we had a tough run doesn't change you as a person or a player. What we have to do is stick together and improve and learn and flip it that way. That's something that will continue on the journey that we're on at the minute.
Must be nice though hearing opposition managers, as Derek Adams said in the week, that you're one of the best footballing sides in the division.
Yeah. Look, the compliments are nice. Ultimately, our job's to win matches at the minute. So again, I think the fact people are seeing the progress is good. I think, but ultimately, it doesn't change the fact that we need to pick up some results in the league, and that that's where the energy's at in terms of the performances. To we concentrate on the actions and get them right. The results will come.
And that opposition in Derby, a really good test at Stadium MK. Yeah,
look, huge club, huge really big recent history, some really high level players, terrific coaching staff as well. We know it's a tough game. I think it's a challenge, but they're the ones that we should relish at the minute with how we're playing. I think stepping out there and being confident and backing ourselves to go and perform and try and get the result.
That's MK Dons boss Liam Manning. His opposite number today, Paul Warne, has plenty to think about ahead of this afternoon's game. Aaron Cashin suspended, while Conor Harahan has been ill this week. He's a doubt for today's game at MK Dons. Warne, of course, went head-to-head with Jurgen Klopp at Anfield in the week. Here's what the Derby head coach has taken from his experience at Anfield.
I think what I can take away personally is that the potential of the group and the club. I openly admit, I think someone from the club sent me yesterday the away fans behind the goal. I didn't see a spare seat. I was trying to find where my two mates were, but there was too many people there. But and I just thought that at our absolute best, with the following, with how we want the club to be and how one day hopefully it will be playing back at Anfield. I just thought all that is, with a perfect storm. There is some greatness in this club. So that's the message I took from it, really. I know, obviously, there was parts of the game, as always, where you're not as happy with. There was parts you were really happy with, and you always got to get that in every game. That doesn't surprise me. But I just thought there was a real resilience in the group. But you just need to do it back to back. There's no point having sporadic parts of games or games. You have to try and perform back to back. And at the moment, the one forgiving feature I'll give the lads is that we are using the same players week in, week out. Like, hence why at the game I had to take off a Colo, had to take off a Nat, because we're asking these players to play, 3 times a week consistently. So I will give them that benefit. But as a group, they're amazing to work with, and they can perform when called upon. So that's the sort of message that I got. That look, wow, if we could get this team to winning every week, we'd have the place rocking.
And just lastly, you've got another incredible following. MK Dons, you've got 6,500. You had a brilliant following at Anfield. You've had brilliant followings throughout your time here. It'd be a pretty special sight, though, to see that many supporters in League 3, as you call it.
Yeah, League 3, yeah.
But it's just phenomenal backing.
Yeah, I like the way you say like me, like I'm Elton John. I think you mean the team, but yeah, it's pretty amazing. I mean, like I said earlier in the conversation, I got someone sent me a video clip because I like to use it in team meetings, and I said to the lads before the game that if you perform well, you'll know because your fans will clap you off. So it's like a video of like going a whole long way. I think you kindly done it actually, didn't you? Thank you. And I had it sent to my phone, so I sent it to a few of my friends from who support a different club. Going, look at these lot here. So it's great, and like I said, I think I said post match that I thank everyone for going, by the way. I appreciate how difficult it is at the moment and how much travelling there is. But the lads will definitely need you because for us to go there and win will be a big ask. I know that. But don't get obsessed with the league table and think, oh, MK are there and Derby are there. Like, football isn't like that. But the support means a lot, and it keeps the lads going in bad times as well as good. So look, there's no greater feeling as a footballer when you've won away from home and you clap off your fans, and that when you finish clapping them and you walk back to the dressing room, the dressing room is going to be like Disneyland. That's some feeling. So yeah, on behalf of the team, because I'm the one doing the press, I thank everyone for their efforts.
And there is Derby head coach Paul Warne. Busy day in League One. Everyone plays at 3. Leaders Plymouth at Lincoln, Bolton visit Cambridge, and Portsmouth are at Morecambe. And for Derby County, it's a second ever trip to MK Dons. Overseas viewers can watch the game with us right here on RamsTV. Matchday Live with you from 2:30 this afternoon. Head to dcfc.co.uk to get your match pass now. Goodbye.